or
That sounds
something
like a
like
psychologist.
it.
Well, I was here before they were, and their apartment is across from mine, a mirror image of my apartment. And when people came to see my apartment, I used to go in there and show them the empty apartment and say, I wonder what I'm going to get. And what I got was these two. And the wonderful thing about it is we keep discovering things that we have in common.
Well, we both have a strong desire to be helpful, social justice in particular. And together we formed a group called the Social Justice Group. And there were 8 of us. We're down to 6 now. And our special bent is to look at the current events and see what really prompts us to what ignites us. And then that becomes a discussion and a work, sometimes for a year, sometimes just for a meeting. But Bonnie's part of that too.
Yep.
We did some really active work on getting people here to understand the importance of some things. For example, we've done a lot for his house, contributions, quarters, because that's what people need to use for washing machines and dryers and stuff. But I was particularly interested in getting us into a program on saving water. And we actually got 2 foundation grants at different times from Mount Calvary Lutheran Church. And for the waters thing, we threw basically a big party.
Mm-hmm.
And the important part of that was that this lady and Bonnie came up with the videos that we could show.
From YouTube.
Yeah, and so we had...
This lady did the yeoman's work.
Yeah, she did a lot of work digging up the right things, and we had a great party. I learned how to bum gifts, door prizes, by walking up and down the street and walking in and saying, is there somebody in here who has the authority to say no to me? So we had a couple of great parties, and it was supported by Mount Calvary Foundation, which is very unusual. I mean, they usually fund thousands of dollars, but we got our lease in.
Yeah, it was really helpful. And we had upwards to 30 people that would gather in this room to learn about what's happening around the world, and then we went to what's happening in Minnesota, and then what's happening at the waters. And Mona worked with our business person to make a graph to see whether we could decrease the water usage at the waters. And this, to me, is under the heading of our friendship being stimulating and intellectually challenging. So I started making a list of the things that really inspires me about you and about our relationship together, and the group of friends that we have attracted. And that law of attraction is very alive and well in these communities. You find the people who are like-minded, but whose minds work similarly. I don't mean that we all are a group think, but we have similar interests.
The people with whom we feel positive vibes.
Yeah.
I believe in vibes.
The people with whom we feel.
I was thinking the other thing that's so important to me about our relationship is that she's very supportive and very empathetic. Life's vicissitudes, for lack of a better word, don't ask me to spell it, has you have ups and downs. And Mona always knows when I'm down, and then she says, do you want to talk?
All I can say is
We're
ditto.
a good friend.
Ditto on that thing.
And the biggest contributor to our having a relationship, I think, was COVID. Do you want to share that?
Sure. Remember, we have apartments across the way from each other. And when we pull up a bench in our own apartments, we are 6 feet apart.
Across
So-
the hall.
So at 4 o'clock every day, we opened up our doors, sat down on our benches, and had a happy hour, which was, I think, major.
Yeah.
It was so wonderful to have that connection.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's important to have someone witness what's happened in a day, you know. And that's what we would do, is we'd share what our day was like within our own world, and created another world.
When I travel, I end up going into stores where they make quilts, because she's a quilt maker. And I go in and say, I don't know anything about quilts, but is there some little thing that I could buy that a quilt maker would like to have?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's on my list.
Mhm.
She also has grandchildren that I have on my mind when I travel. Oh, I think they would like these rocks. Oh, I think they would like this.
The kids love
So-
that. Yeah, I admire and respect how generative Mona is.
This is supposed to be about 3 of us, lady.
I know, but it's why I enjoy being your friend. You're plucky. You're determined.
They may even know that at corporate.
I'm thinking of the
The
tech stuff.
reputation may have spread.
Oh, perhaps. Anyway, I hold you in great respect for how you been in some strange waters, and when you were getting your professor ship, for lack of a better word. I'm sure you have the word in college, and yeah, she's held some good positions. So has Bonnie, and we're not from similar locale. Well, originally,
I'm from Connecticut originally.
I was originally Pennsylvania, and you were Iowa, but we've been
Yeah.
Minnesotans for how many years? 40? 50?
Close.
When I compare myself to what Bonnie and do and Jane, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
what they do, I see somebody and say, "Oh, who's that? Oh, that's so and so. She has thus and such, and we met her in this and such place." And just always in touch with the other people around.
That's what's so marvelous about a community. I remember when I first came here, I think I was smiling for months. I was just so happy to meet so many people and just feel, I guess, feel welcome, feel connected. Yeah,